Hello, welcome to PlayStation Access, and welcome back to the Tuesday Checklist, the weekly video where we relax on the sofa and talk about games we like. Soulcalbur VI is out this week, and we can't think about fighting games, especially ones we love, without remembering that bump down to earth feeling of practicing for ages at home, forming delusions of being the big man, before meeting someone who's actually good at the game, who seems to be playing with an extra pair of hands. So, welcome to this week's checklist, where we talk about games we thought we were good at, until it turned out we're definitely not. Go on then, Rob, tell us how your dreams were crushed.
So, a game I thought I was really good at, until I found out, well, I am really good at the game. But maybe, not as, godlike as I initially thought. It's Crash Team Racing, a game I have talked about many times on the channel. A game that I played with my sister growing up. It was the game that we would compete against each other on more than any other. Like, we would just edge in front of each other, and every time we raced each other or went into battle mode, it was always really close. Like, I got to the stage where I know all the tracks off by heart. I know like 3 or 4 corners ahead. I know what position to get myself into to power slide effectively around the whole thing. I found what I thought were loads of shortcuts, all the shortcuts. But then, as you all know, I played it at EGX against people from the crowd.
Just random people passing by who've not been practicing Crash Team Racing.
No. And to be fair, I wiped the floor with most of the people who came up. Even one of the people who beat me didn't deserve to win. The first person who beat me.
So humble.
Did not. The guy who beat me at the end, he got a lucky weapon pickup at the beginning, but then I couldn't catch him for the rest of the race. He was as good as me, probably maybe a little bit better. The first guy I lost to, he got massively lucky. He even admitted he got massively lucky. But it wasn't the people at EGX, it was after the fact. And that video has since been sitting on the channel.
Yeah.
And it's been given the rather inflammatory title, Is Rob Unbeatable at Crash Team Racing?
Yeah.
Obviously the answer's no. But people have been incensed by this, the mere suggestion that I could be unbeatable at Crash Team Racing. And one commenter helpfully directed me to a video on YouTube of a Crash Team Racing speedrunner who was just going through the campaign. There's like a story mode you can follow in Crash Team Racing. Each of the races are sort of themed, and there's a boss at the end of that. And he just goes through the game as quickly as possible, which means going through each track as quickly as possible. And watching this person playing Crash Team Racing was eye-opening, to say the least. A thing I really enjoyed about it actually was some of the shortcuts that this player was using are shortcuts that me and my sister never found. Obviously, the internet wasn't around back then in the way that it is now. So whereas now, if Crash Team Racing came out today, there'd be like 10 guides straight away as soon as it came out, probably even before it came out, all the shortcuts, all of this, all of that. So the only shortcuts that I found were the ones I actually found.
Yeah.
Turns out there are more.
Imagine.
Like some really sneakily hidden ones that just blew my mind, and that I can't believe I didn't think to try. Like in Dragon Mines, it's one you played against Nath.
Oh, God.
There's like a bit where a minecart goes across the racetrack at varying intervals, and you've got to hope it doesn't hit you. But if you follow the minecart on its actual train tracks, it takes you around a little area and drops you on another section of the track, like way ahead, and you cut out like a huge bit of the lap. But also, he was taking shortcuts that I can only really describe as cheating. I
can tell you're not bitter about this.
By not sticking to the track. It wasn't even sticking to the
He's
track.
not better than me because he's cheating.
There was seriously though, he was on the grass. There's a big loop. Okay, the track goes around in like a big loop like that, and here there's like a grass hill, and he just goes over the grass hill.
Yeah.
Which obviously is good for a speed run, but that feels more like an exploit than a shortcut. That's not a shortcut that's been deliberately put in the game. There are lots of shortcuts in that game that are deliberately in the game. I'm turning this video into something else now. Why the speedrunner isn't as good at Crash Team Racing as he thinks he is.
You turned it back on itself. Why I actually am the best and the rest of the world is wrong.
Is wrong. Yeah. But it was eye-opening. If that person had turned up at EGX and raced me at Crash Team Racing, they would have like finished the race before I'd have even realised that, you know, they'd have finished it. Like just like the insane speed. I'm better than 95% of people at Crash Team Racing.
You've lost 5%. Wow, I mean, I'll take it.
Yeah.
Well, I really struggled to think of an entry for this because obviously I'm actually
Just
as
bad at
good.
all games.
I'm actually really good at games. So there, I've never been proved wrong. No, I think I probably have quite a low opinion of how good I am at most games, except for I think my peak of thinking I was actually good at a game was probably Call of Duty Modern Warfare, maybe Modern Warfare 2. It was like a new thing for me, playing online, and Modern Warfare and Modern Warfare 2 were like, wow, this is amazing. And I really liked your story, Rob, because about Crash Team Racing, because I always thought it was really funny how you thought you were amazing at Crash Team Racing based on playing one other person.
I am amazing at Crash Team.
Yes, I know. I know that you are very good at it, but you're
against your younger sister.
You're like your only kind of like way to test that was against one other person. But that's how it was back in the day, and I was thinking people must have thought they were amazing at all kinds of games just because they beat whoever was around them, you know, their friends or their family or whatever. Then when the internet came along, it was a little bit different. But with a game like Call of Duty, there were still enough people playing that I could find games where I could win. And I thought, you know, maybe I let this get to my head a little bit. I thought maybe I'm pretty good. I prestiged both of those games. I loved playing. I play for like 2 or 3 hours a night. Just, you know, whoa, those heady days of having nothing to do but just play Call of Duty all night. Anyway, when I got into the games industry, I didn't play Call of Duty for a little while because I had to play a lot of different games, and they do take time to, you know, to kind of get good at, and you have to unlock everything and learn the maps and all that kind of stuff. So, but my memories of Call of Duty stayed with me. Like, I thought for years after Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, I'm good at COD. That's a feeling I knew to be true inside me. You know, I hadn't played that game or a Call of Duty for a while, but I thought, I don't need to play it. I know that I'm good. Don't worry about it. And I'm trying to think which game specifically it was. Maybe Black Ops 3. Anyway, we're expected sometimes to go and play these games at preview events, and we get capture and we play the game and we think about features and we make videos and we, you know, put these videos online. And so I was going to do to one of these events with for like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, let's say, going to play the game a bit, make a video, and I was not concerned about this because I thought, hey, I'm a professional. And also, I'm really good at Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2.
So everyone else there is just going to be in the same boat.
Everybody there isn't in the same boat as me. However, there's actually a lot of people that go to these events who are they just specialise in Call of Duty. They play Call of Duty every year, and they make videos about it every year, and they make videos about it throughout its life cycle. From all around the world as well. There's people. You sit on these long tables. It's like a LAN party. There's like eight PS4s connected, people from all different countries speaking all different languages, and all of them are kicking my ass. Like, and first of all, it's embarrassing. Like, it's very embarrassing. And you know, like in Call of Duty, you don't tend to have kind of battles with somebody. When you come across somebody, either you shoot them or they shoot you, and as soon as someone has started firing, it's going to be game over for one of you very quickly. It's not like, you know, nip behind cover, nip out, shoot him a little bit, get back. Oh no, I think I need to run away. You know, I'll go back and heal. It tends to be just like, you're dead. And this was my experience of playing this at this event. Just running around a corner. I'm dead. Oh, I just got to. Oh no, I'm dead. And I was just like, what has happened? I'm really good at this, and I was getting angry at myself. But the other reason that it was bad is because I had to make a video out of this, and nobody wants to see gameplay of what it's like to be shot 30 times in a one round of Call of Duty. So, you know, I had to kind of like get inventive and sort of do a video like, let's look at the map. Ooh, really pretty. And like try and like
host a game and run around it before anyone else.
Exactly. I host my own game. Yeah, I'll make a feature. It'll just be like, look at the map. It's so nice. And then like put in those 5 kills I got at this event for you know, to make like a little compilation. And here's a little bit of gameplay where there we go, I killed someone, and we just cut there. Don't worry about what happened next. It's definitely fine because I'm really good at Call of Duty. So yeah, that was that. Having that experience of being, I'm probably the most average, but because there's so many people playing Call of Duty, you can find games where you'll win, you come top, you'll be the best, and you remember those ones. You forget the ones where you can bottom, or just sort of in the middle even. You know, you only remember the ones you win. And having that experience and then going away from Call of Duty for years, it turns out that you hold on to the good bits and you just think, I am really good at that. Oh yeah, that's great. When it turns out that actually, I'm really not.
So, game, you know, I didn't even ever think I was good at this, but it's weird, Dave, that you chose the same one as me, but for a slightly different reason.
Hey, you chose the same one as me.
There's so many ways that you can not be as good at COD as you thought, it turns out. But
it's funny, Nate, because there's so many one-on-onesy games you could have picked where you thought you were quite good and then I schooled you in it. But anyway, carry on.
Wow.
Lol.
So mine isn't to do with those capture events, although I've been there too, and yes, that is true. But even more than that, Dave, do you remember the event that we went to? So like, as far as I'm concerned, you know, like I'll be watching YouTubers and I know they're better than me at Call of Duty. And obviously Ali A is a huge COD YouTuber, and in his videos, and I know they're his videos, but he is a competent player. That's what I would say, a competent player. And we were at a launch event it was being hosted by Ali A for Black Ops 3, I think it was. And you know, there was like Hector Bellerin was there. I think I'm probably better than him, but I'm not sure. Dali Ali was there as well.
Are you better than Deli Ali?
No, not at anything. I love Dali Ali. So Ali A was going to be heading up. We were going to have like a team game as part of the evening.
I remember this now.
Ali A was heading up one team, and Dave and I were like on the other team, and we were like,
it was Ali A versus Access, I think.
Yeah, and we were like, you know, this isn't fair because we're going to get smashed. I've seen Ali A play, and like he's got more than 3 kills in a row ever before, which was like.
And it wasn't luck. It didn't look like luck.
But they balanced the teams, and Ali said to us, you know, before we went on, he was just kind of like, no, have you guys seen who's on your team? You've got a couple of pro players. You're going to be fine. And I was like, you know, in my head, but Mr. A, surely you are almost as good as a pro player.
Ali's such a sweetheart as well, because he was clearly trying to also make you feel like it's going to be fine, like
Yeah,
it's going to be great.
exactly.
Like, he's so sweet.
But also, you know, feet on the ground. And because obviously he knows more about COD than I do, but he knew what was going to happen. And what was going to happen was, me and Dave basically, I'm trying to even think of a metaphor for how useless we were in this game, man. But so there's the difference
We were
between.
definitely there.
I'm here, right? Ali A's up here, and then I just thought that in the stratosphere of how good you could be at COD, there's only a little bit more you can go, you know. So like pro player, Ali A pro player, it's only about that big. Turns out they are really good. People who play games professionally are extremely good. So our team, we're just smashing it. I think there's one guy on our team who's completely dominating Ali. And he knew it was going to happen, you know, like, to be fair to him. And it came over the comms like, do you guys mind only, not for me and Dave, obviously, do you guys mind only using pistols because this game is getting a bit one-sided? And we were like, I was, you know, barely paying attention to anything that was going on, just trying to stay alive. Like, oh, I guess this means we're doing well then, let's go. Yeah, and so that was we won the game. Dave and I, we contributed, we held the objective
killed
thing.
Some people, I remember.
But it's so much easier, obviously. When...
Oh yeah, they'd probably been like smashed up. I'm pretty sure, if I remember rightly, that Ali A went like 10. He was like 0 and 10 at one point. He'd been killed 10 times and not killed anyone.
And let us stress, nothing to do with us. But as an eye opener, like just how good, you know, for me, if I could become half as good at COD as Ali A, I'd be playing it at the weekends. I'd be like, you know what I mean? I'd be loving it. But it turns out you can probably be twice as good at that again. It's unbelievable.
I noticed when you did the graph, you didn't put me on there. Could you do you and Ali A and then put me in the graph?
So here's me, right? Here's Ali A,
yeah.
And there's like the pro players up here,
yeah.
And you're like that.
Oh, he's giving me a little bit
You
better.
are better than me at COD. That's fine.
nice.
I don't mind. You put the hours in, Dave. Imagine how many hours you have to put in to come up here.
8.
Yeah. Loads of hours.
What is there like? How good can you be at COD?
I don't know.
Watch this video, like,
It's just like moving and shooting people, right?
I think
what
it's-
is it that they do that is so much better?
They move and shoot quicker.
How can you describe
Quicker.
it?
I think it gets so in terms of why I could improve or a regular player, knowing the levels, knowing where to go at a certain point, knowing where other people are likely to go, and so where your like line of sight should be at all times, so you can like quickly get a bead on people, those sorts of things. That is like basic getting good at the game, and Ali's got that. But the pro players, where it was just time to aim, their reactions of getting, it was like every shot was a headshot more or less, and it was like they were using a mouse but they were using controllers. It was just, it was unbelievable. It was unreal. Just reaction time and yeah, speed.
Practice.
Practice. Turns out if you practice things, you get really good at them.
So I'm not very good at any action game that really requires you to juggle and combo. Devil May Cry, for example, I love DMC, the Ninja Theory one especially, but the reality is I'm not good at them. You know, I can complete the game, enjoy the story, like the world, but I don't get S ranks.
Games
I
are not
can't
about
do it.
enjoying yourself, Holly.
Crazy, right? But I'm genuinely bad at them. I enjoy them, but I won't play them on the channel because there's no point, I'm not the right person. So I was at a pre-launch event capturing for Nier Automata, which again is a game...
Well pronounced.
Thank you very much. Which is, again, another game that is incredibly cool. It's got a great story, great characters, but the main mechanic is really all about being a badass at the combat, and I just wasn't. I knew I was gonna be bad. So I get there to the event and all the journalists are lined up, everyone's playing. I was like, you know what? I won't put it on easy. Because Nier Automata you have these chips that you plug in, because you're an Android, so you can plug them in, and they're all auto. The game basically plays itself if you put it on easy. Like, there is literally auto attack, auto defend, auto,
Right.
like, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
So I was like, you know what? I'll try it on normal. That seems fine.
Yeah.
I'll see what I do. So for the first hour, you can't save or anything in this game. It's like, I'll just play it on normal, see how I go. And I'm actually doing all right. And the lovely PR person from Square was like, yeah, you're actually doing well with your combos. Hadn't really died that much. I was bleeding potions. It was ridiculous how quick I was going through them, but I was doing okay. And I was like, oh, I've got all this. I'm backflipping at the right times and using my cool combos. So I might actually be okay at Nier. Like, this could be cool. I don't think I'm gonna play it on hard, but I'm doing all right on normal. And then the journalist next to me finishes as well, and he was like, how did you do? I was like, what? Yeah, I did it on normal, and I think the capture looks good. We should be able to use all of this. He's like, I know what you mean. Like, I played it on very hard. I was like, what? He's like, yeah. So on very hard, he's like, yeah, it's a one-hit KO. He's like, I did the whole thing, the whole hour.
Wow, what a cool
I was
guy.
like, Jesus.
What a cool
I was like,
guy.
I thought I was doing okay. Everyone's around him, like cheering, like, yeah, you can do it, you can do it. Oh, yeah, almost. He did the entire first hour, which I only just did on normal, without being hit once. And if you've done the first hour of Nier Automata, it's nuts. Like, at one point, it's like top down shooting, and then it was just awful. I really thought I was going to be okay. Not great. Didn't want to be great at the game. I just thought I might be all right at Nier,
Yeah.
and I wasn't. It was awful. It was
I
so
think-
embarrassing.
I think the feeling on this side of the room is that whoever this was is in the wrong.
Yeah,
He
they
just
are in the
don't show off.
I don't
Don't
disagree.
show
I
off.
disagree.
What's gonna play it on very hard, and so everyone can see. Oh, cheer.
But the worst
Well,
was,
I
Rob,
think
he
you've made
wasn't
some
even
assumptions.
capturing. So what's the point? What's the point in being? He wasn't even capturing because he was a writer, not a YouTuber. So there wasn't even any proof apart from just showing off in a room full of people like me who already felt inadequate at playing Nier
We were
Automata,
thinking of playing it on easy, but
but challenged myself to do normal, and now I feel awful. Thanks for that.
Unnamed person.
I'm never going to play it again. In fact, I was being very daring. I played Warriors of Orochi on normal.
Nice.
Ah,
On
Yeah.
the stream.
live.
Live, yeah. Although I admitted that I might have to knock it down to easy. I didn't though. I was fine.
Well played.
Take that, unnamed guy.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm playing it on easy next. It's fine.
And there's like a pair of twins on our team, and like comes over the comms.
A pair
like,
of twins?
Okay.
Or
Wow.
same twin?
A set of twins. And they're all three like pro
Rob's
players.
here, everyone.
I mean, it's very funny, everyone, and I'm glad you're laughing, but that's literally what twins are. It's called a pair. They're the same. Thank you. Goodbye. Except also, thank you for watching. Comment to let us know what games you thought you were amazing at, only you weren't. And please hit that notification bell to stay up to date with all our videos.
For the players.